So let's dive into object blurring, and obviously the name blur, so we can pass in a video or a photo, and then this model on YOLOv8, which is you only look once, will help us to detect object and then blur them, etc. And there's a code written already, so I'm not writing this code. I'm just playing with it, and I would like to extend it with some extra work, but the first thing I want to do is just quickly run this code and see how it looks. And if we just open this code on PyTorch, so I've already copy pasted that code, and for this so just to try this model out, I've also downloaded this video kit on a virtual reality goggles, which I renamed that file for, is here. So I just downloaded from this website here, pexels.com. And let's go back to our code base, and what I would like to do is just to observe this code in the beginning. I will go into detail once I have the separate extended project done for this, and then but I'll just quickly like to take a look at a few things here which I also don't know. Let's just run python main.py. So this will give us a breakpoint somewhere in like here on line 11. It's running. Not sure why it's taking time. Still running. I'm going to interrupt that. No. Okay, that's taken way long than should have been. Okay, let's rerun that. All right, so we have our PDB here. I probably should have just waited on the earlier step. So what we're going to look at here is, I mean, we can inspect this model, but it's going to be a giant instance, like instance with a lot of information, so not much we can see there. So it's a instance of this YOLO class, which is pretty obvious. But if I just print, like just do model and see a string representation of that, you can see like it's quite a lot. And what I would like to see here is what these names have. Okay, so these names are basically a mapping of, so if model predicts something is a 0 of index, then it's a person, and if it's 55, that's a cake. So it's pretty straightforward. And if we go further down, we have this cap object, and yeah, I'll rename all these and make it much more easy to read. So cap is, I think, referring to a video capture, but I'll probably just give that a name of video capture rather than cap. And this video capture, which I just already Googled here somewhere, basically it does is it allows us to either open a file or read the stream of images, what video essentially is, from the webcam or through the network, right? So we can do either of those, and here we're reading from a file that I downloaded. And here we're using assertion. Basically, if this video file is not opened, then we're going to raise an error and program will end here. So I'm just going to continue for the sake of this test, and then once I extend this program and just do something different and add extra code, then we can go through the entire code base step by step, and let's just watch what it does. Okay, there we go. It's open the video, and you can see that's actually really cool. So it's detecting all the object on the video and the occluded object on the video as well. So it's detecting this girl and this girl behind pretty well. and the boy and the VR glasses, and this, like, it's constantly changing, right? So it's detecting all that, adjusting it to it. Just see what else it does. And it's still sort of like tracking or detecting this little girl here on every single frame, which is pretty cool. And okay, still detecting the camera, the VR goggles. Now we have a new person coming into the scene, and it's detecting this person already. It's sort of, yeah, it's, and we'll have to go through each list, but now it's started to detecting that girl, and then the goggles. So as you can see, like, quite a lot of things are happening here, and it's detecting pretty much everything very accurately. It's detecting something here, a chair. Wow, that's pretty good. And I wonder if that's a chair or another person there, which I can't even tell. No, I shouldn't be expecting a model to tell that. Um, yeah, so um, that's really good. So the video frame is empty, or video processing has been completed successfully. So it wasn't empty. Now we have a new file, which is the AVI format, which is now blurred. So the next thing I would like to do is extend this. So maybe blur like one person, like let's say a main character. Main character would be like on the center of the scene, or just block the goggles, blur the goggles, or something like that. So I'll play around with that, and um, then post another video on that. Thank you for watching.